Have you ever met a highly intelligent person with whom communication became impossible and unpleasant? Have you ever met a genius with whom it was impossible, even repellent, to communicate? Do you have any examples of intellectuals who appear extremely incomprehensible? Such people are good at solving logical and mathematical problems, but any personal question concerning relationships would overwhelm this. Why does this happen? In the 1960s, psychologists gave the answer to this question. Our intelligence consists not only of logical, but also an emotional part. A high intelligence quotient demonstrates an ability to function only logically, but not emotionally. Thus, the notion of emotional intelligence was introduced. We all know that emotions are real. Almost from birth, we can express them. But deep analysis aimed at using the skills of recognizing and managing emotions in practical life became vital not so long ago, when communication between people became more complex and stressful situations increased. It was better to manage emotions rather than to ignore or repress them. It is important to understand that emotions are part of the human mind. They are universal and work similarly in all cultures. Looking at emotions as a separate type of data and recognizing them for what they are allows us to use them efficiently and forecast the development of a situation. In many cases, emotional intelligence is considered higher than professional experience and conventional intelligence. For example, modern, large companies offer high career opportunities to a positive, loyal person who is open to productive dialogue. The level of this person's emotional intelligence will ensure that he or she quickly builds the necessary chain of professional networks, adapts to the experience of others, and willingly shares it with his colleagues. The same principle works with the national and international relationships. Looking at the state as a single corporate structure, we can see that a higher level of emotional intelligence among citizens allows us to build social, professional, and intersectoral relationships more easily. The ability to have a common language with different audiences, with different mindsets and cultures is the key to success in the globalized world. An in-depth understanding of an emotional intelligence in the national context is given in an article by the President entitled "The Pathway Towards the Future: Modernization of the Public Consciousness." The prerequisite for a nation's successful application of emotional intelligence is the international relationships that lie in a positive perception of and our respectful attitude towards our partners. This is only possible if there is openness, combined with the appropriate self-perception and a concern for the preservation of a national identity. The Kazakh people's highly rich historical experience, amplified by high educational attainment, strong competitiveness, and an openness to transformation, all key elements in our emotional intelligence, give us an excellent starting advantage that will allow us not only to integrate seamlessly into modern processes of the world, but also be among those pioneers who set the pace and trends of today's world order.